When I was a young man, broke, struggling, and wondering why success seemed to skip over me like I was invisible, I met a mentor who gave me one of the greatest gifts of my life. He said, life is like the changing of the seasons. You cannot control the seasons, but you can control what you do in them. That was the key that unlocked my thinking. And it will unlock yours too. See, seasons are not just about weather. They are about the rhythm of life. Every success story, every challenge, every breakthrough, it all follows the pattern of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. If you understand these seasons, if you prepare for them, if you master how to respond to each, you can thrive no matter what life throws at you. You might be asking now, why life comes in seasons? But you see, my friends, one of the biggest frustrations in life comes when we expect things to stay the same. We think if it's going well, it'll keep going well forever. We think if it's going bad, it'll keep going bad forever. Both are wrong. Life is a series of cycles. Your business have its cycles. Your relationships have its cycles. Your emotions have its cycles. Your finances will have cycles. And here's the kicker, it's not always in your control. A farmer can't make it springtime when it's winter. He can't make crops grow in the snow. But he can prepare in winter, so that when spring comes, he's ready to plant. And he can plant in spring so that when autumn comes, he has a harvest. Your life works the same way. You have moments of opportunity that's spring. Moments of growth and challenge that's summer. Moments of reward and accountability that's autumn. And moments of testing, rest, or even hardship that's winter. If you know the season you're in, if you know what to do in that season, you won't panic when the cold winds blow. You won't get lazy when the sun is shining. You'll live prepared, not surprised. Here's a truth about seasons most people miss. Seasons are predictable, but people are not. Some people waste spring and then cry in autumn because there's nothing to harvest. Some people quit in winter, not knowing that spring is just around the corner. And some people try to live in permanent summer, enjoying without protecting, and it costs them. The wise person learns to flow with the seasons instead of fighting them. Now, let's step into the first season of life. And I promise you, if you master this one, the others become much easier. 1. Spring, the season of opportunity, planting seeds, and new beginnings. Spring is nature's way of saying, here's your chance, don't miss it. In the seasons of life, spring is the time when opportunity comes knocking. It's when the ground is soft, the air is warmer, and the conditions are perfect for planting seeds that could one day become a harvest. But here's the challenge with spring, it doesn't last forever. It's temporary, and if you miss it, you can't just plant in the middle of winter and expect the same results. Let's walk through spring step by step. 1. The nature of spring in life. Spring doesn't just mean the literal months of March to May. In life, spring is any moment when a door opens, when conditions line up for growth. It could be a new business idea you've been given the resources to start. A relationship with potential for deep friendship or love. A season when you have energy, health, and time to chase a goal. A job opportunity that aligns perfectly with your skills. A moment when your mind is open to change and you're ready to try something new. Spring is when the possibility of something greater is in front of you. 2. Recognizing your spring. One of life's tragedies is that many people live through a spring and don't even recognize it. They're so distracted by entertainment, comfort, or fear that they fail to see the opportunity in front of them. How do you know you're in a spring? You keep hearing the same idea or feeling the same pull towards something. You meet new people who align with your dreams. Doors open that were closed before. You feel a renewed sense of motivation and hope. Jim Rohn used to say, when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. That means you have to be ready to act the moment spring arrives. 3. Planting seeds. Now, spring is not the time for relaxing. It's the time for planting, and planting requires work. Think of a farmer. In spring, he's up early, tilling the soil, spreading seeds, watering, making sure the conditions are right. He doesn't plant one seed and say, that should be enough. He plants generously because he knows not all seeds will grow. The same is true for you. In your spring, Start the business. Even if it's small, get it moving. Apply for the job. Don't overthink it. Start the habit. If you want to get fit, plant that first workout. Invest in learning. If you want to change careers, take that course. You won't know which seeds will take roots, so plant many. 4. The two enemies of spring. The two enemies of spring are procrastination and fear. Procrastination is the biggest enemy in spring. It's thinking you have plenty of time. The truth, spring is short. It will turn to summer before you know it, and if you haven't planted by then, it's too late. Fear. Some people stand at the edge of their spring saying, "What if I fail?" But the real question is, what if I don't even try? Fear wastes more opportunities than failure ever will. 5. The mindset for spring. Spring requires urgency and courage. It's the time to act without overanalyzing every step. You can adjust later, but you can't plant later. Be willing to look foolish. Most people never plant because they're afraid of how they'll look if the seed doesn't grow. Act before you're ready. Readiness is a myth. The act of planting makes you ready. Stay focused in spring. Distractions are costly. Don't let shiny things pull you away from the work of planting. 6. Plant more than you think you need. A wise farmer knows some seeds will be eaten by birds, some will be washed away by rain, some simply won't grow. That's why he plants more than he needs. In your spring, don't just call one potential client, call 10. Don't just apply to one opportunity. Apply to many. Try one habit. Start a handful and see which sticks. The more seeds you plant, the more likely you are to have a great harvest later. 7. Your spring checklist. 1. Identify your opportunity. What's the soil that's ready in your life right now? 2. Plant today, not tomorrow. Today. 3. Plant generously, more than you think you'll need. 4. Ignore fear. You'll never feel ready. Do it anyway. 5. Prepare for summer. Remember, planting is just step 1. You'll need to protect your seeds in the next season. Spring is the most exciting season because it's full of potential. But potential means nothing if it's not acted on. The seeds you plant today will decide your autumn. The laziness or hesitation you allow today will decide your regret. Plant boldly. Plant abundantly. Plant now. 2. Summer. The season of growth and protection. Summer. Now, most people hear that word and think of vacations, beaches, and long lazy days in the sun. But in the seasons of life, summer is not a time for lounging. It's a time for growth, and just as importantly, protection. When you've planted in spring, summer is when your crops start to grow. The seeds you sowed, the business you started, the relationships you nurtured, the skills you began to learn now start showing signs of life. But here's the thing. The moment you start to grow something worthwhile, the pests show up. In farming, those pests are weeds, bugs, and diseases. In life, they come in the form of negative people, self-doubt, distractions, temptations to quit, unexpected challenges. My mentor used to tell me, "Jim, the minute you plant something valuable, life will test how much you want it." Summer is a battle. Yes, it's a beautiful time. Yes, it's when growth happens. But it's also when you fight to protect what you've started. That means, if you started a new business, guard it from bad habits and poor management. If you started getting in shape, guard it from unhealthy temptations and missed workouts. If you started improving your mindset, guard it from toxic conversations and negative influences. You see, success isn't just about starting. It's about protecting what you've started until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Here are the 2 keys to summer. 1. Nurture your growth. Keep feeding your dreams with learning, action, and persistence. Don't get lazy just because you see progress. 2. Defend against threats. Learn to say no to what could harm your progress, even if it's comfortable, even if it's popular. Many people lose their future in summer because they think early progress means final success. They see the first sprouts and stop watering. They stop pulling weeds. They let small problems grow into big ones. Don't make that mistake. Summer discipline leads to autumn rewards. 3. Autumn, the season of harvest and accountability. Autumn, the leaves turn golden. The air cools. The crops you planted in spring and protected in summer are ready. This is the season everyone loves, the season of reward. But here's the unspoken truth about autumn. Autumn is also the season of accountability. It gives you exactly what you deserve, no more, no less. In life, just like in farming, you don't get to pick your harvest in autumn. You pick it in spring when you decide what seeds to plant. You secure it in summer when you protect what's growing. Autumn simply delivers the results of those earlier decisions. If you planted little, you harvest little. If you planted well and protected well, your harvest will be abundant. And if you planted nothing, autumn will be empty. My mentor told me something that stung, but it stuck. He said, you can't complain in the fall about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the truth. The 2 sides of autumn. 1. The joy of reward. This is when you enjoy the fruits of your labor. The business you built is now paying you. The healthy habits you kept are showing results. The relationships you invested in are strong and supportive. 2. The pain of regret. Autumn is merciless if you wasted spring and summer. There's nothing more bitter than knowing you had the opportunity, but didn't take it. And here's the thing, the regret is worse because autumn is visible. Everyone can see your harvest or your lack of it. The attitude for autumn. If your harvest is good, celebrate with gratitude. Share it. Use it wisely. Remember, seasons will turn again and winter is coming. If your harvest is poor, don't make excuses. Learn from it. Use the sting to fuel a better spring next time. Autumn is not just a time to enjoy, it's a time to prepare. The joy of harvest can blind you to the fact that winter is just around the corner. And if you don't set aside resources, if you don't prepare mentally, the winter can wipe you out. Speaking of winter, it's the season that most people dread, but those who understand it learn to use it. Let's go there now. Winter, the season of challenges and preparation. Winter, cold winds, short days, bare trees. In the seasons of life, winter is the time of testing. And here's something important. Winter doesn't just come once. It comes every year. It comes in your finances. It comes in your relationships. It comes in your health. It comes in your emotions. You don't get to vote it away. You don't get to schedule it for later. Winter comes when it's ready, and the question is, will you be ready? The purpose of winter? Winter is not just about hardship. It's about proving the strength of what you built in the other seasons. It asks questions like, did you save enough from autumn? Did you build relationships deep enough to sustain you? Did you develop habits strong enough to survive when motivation is low? Winter reveals the truth about our preparation. Winter is not the enemy. It's the examiner. If you pass the earlier tests, winter becomes a rest season, not a survival season. How to handle winter. 1. Stay calm. Winter always feels longer when you panic. Remember, seasons turn. 2. Use your reserves. This is why you save, why you rest, why you build strong foundations. 3. Reflect and learn. Winter is the perfect time to evaluate the last cycle. What worked? What failed? What will you change in the next spring? 4. Plan for spring. Just because it's cold doesn't mean you do nothing. Sharpen your tools, fix your equipment, build your strategy. The danger of winter. The danger is quitting. Some people give up in winter not knowing that spring is only a few weeks away. Others waste the winter complaining, so when spring arrives, they're no better prepared than before. Don't hate the winter. Don't fear the winter. Learn to value it. Now, we've gone through all 4 seasons. Spring, planting opportunities. Summer, protecting growth. Autumn, reaping and accountability. Winter, testing and preparation. But the real power comes when you understand how to thrive in every season, not just survive them. That's where we're headed next. Let's talk about the mindset to thrive in every season. Now listen, It's one thing to understand the seasons. It's another thing to master them. The seasons themselves don't change. They've been the same since the beginning of time. What changes is you. And what determines whether you thrive or barely survive is the mindset you bring into each one. Here's how you can thrive in all seasons of life. 1. Expect the seasons. Don't be surprised when they come. Some people act shocked when challenges show up in winter or when they have to work hard in spring. But you wouldn't be shocked if summer came after spring, right? You'd expect it. Expect the seasons, and you remove half the emotional stress of life. 2. Be willing to change with the seasons. A farmer doesn't wear the same clothes in winter as in summer. He doesn't plant crops in the snow. He adjusts his actions to the reality of the season. The same is true for you. You can't use summer strategies in winter. You can't expect autumn rewards in spring. Adaptability is not weakness, it's wisdom. 3. Work your season, even if it's not your favorite. I'll be honest, some people love spring because it's exciting, but hate winter because it's quiet and cold. Others love autumn because they enjoy the rewards, but hate summer because they have to work hard. But here's the truth, every season matters. Skip one, and the rest will suffer. 4. Prepare ahead. This is a Jim Rohn classic that says, "It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. It's the set of the sail." If you set your sail before the winds come, you can handle any season. Don't wait for winter to start saving. Don't wait for autumn to start planting. Don't wait for summer to start protecting. 5. Keep perspective. When you're in winter, remember spring will come. When you're in spring, remember autumn will come. When you're in autumn, remember winter will come. When you're in summer, remember pests will come. Perspective keeps you grounded when things are good and hopeful when things are hard. Don't fight the seasons. Learn them. Don't rush the seasons. Use them. Don't waste the seasons. Master them. Now here's the thing. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start living these principles. Because here's the truth. Whatever day you decide to change, that's the first day of your spring. I've had people come up to me after a seminar and say, "Jim, I think I missed my spring. I'm too old. I've made too many mistakes." And I look them in the eye and say, "No, my friend, spring comes every year. And it can come for you right now if you're willing to plant." Most people miss it because they think they'll start when the economy improves, when the kids are older, when they have more money, when they feel ready. But here's what I've learned. The people who win in life are the people who plant anyway. They start where they are. They use what they have, they do what they can, and the season meets them halfway. Here's a challenge for you. 1. Identify your season. Be brutally honest. Are you in planting mode, protecting mode, harvest mode, survival mode? 2. Do the work for this season. Don't do autumn work in spring or spring work in winter. Get in rhythm. 3. Commit for the long game. This isn't about one season. It's about mastering the cycle year after year until success is inevitable. Don't waste your life wishing for a season that's not here. Don't curse the cold or complain about the heat. Work the season you're in and be ready for the one that's coming. Because the seasons will change, that's guaranteed. But whether you change with them, whether you grow with them, whether you thrive in them, that's entirely up to you. The more you grow, the more the seasons serve you. The less you grow, the more they control you. So pick up your seeds, sharpen your tools, clear your mind, because your spring starts today.